The November 8th midterm elections are fast approaching at state control of Congress, including the U.S. House of Representatives. Republican Congressman Bob Latta, a Catholic, is running for re-election in Ohio's 5th Congressional District. I recently sat down with Congressman Latta at his home parish, St. Thomas More in Bowling Green.
We have to control inflation, cut government spending, actually do a budget, actually do our appropriation bills, stop this craziness with all these continuing resolutions, and omnibus at the end. If we would do our work, we wouldn't have these problems.
Congressman Bob Latta adds that out-of-control spending by Democrats and a lack of allowing oil drilling permits throughout the country have caused a big jump in energy prices, which affect manufacturing jobs in his district.
Here in Northwest Ohio, and we have 86,000 manufacturing jobs. We use a lot of energy to, so we have to have that energy to have jobs. And all of a sudden, it gets too expensive to have that energy. The jobs are going to start disappearing.
Congressman Latta is the lead Republican on the Communications and Technology Subcommittee, and he tells me that getting broadband to rural areas is the key to their economic success.
We need to make sure we have the broadband. We have to make sure that our rural communities have it. Because again, if you don't have it today, you're not communicating and you're not surviving. So we have a lot of work to do.
One thing that does separate you from your opponent is your stance on pro-life.
The issue of life is paramount, and we've got to treat it as such. That's a human life that has to be treated as such, and make sure that you do everything possible to save that life. And so that Born Alive bill, we want to make sure that that's one of our pieces that we want to move in the next Congress.
In 2015, the congressman co-sponsored a resolution to amend the Constitution to ban same-sex marriage. He tells me the key to winning re-election is listening to voters, and that's a 24-hour commitment, a lesson he learned from his father, a former U.S. congressman.
I believe in giving of myself to the people I represent. I think that's absolutely essential. And I was taught a long time ago, there's a difference between a public servant and a politician. A politician sees how much they can take from the people they represent for their own benefit, while public servants gives us back to those people as much of themselves.
Congressman Latta's 5th Congressional District generates the most farm revenue in Ohio and has long been a Republican stronghold. But he tells me he's taking nothing for granted. And by the way, I'd like to thank Father Jeff Walker for allowing us to do the interview at St. Thomas More University Church. It is important to note that I did reach out to Congressman Latta's opponent, Democrat Craig Schwartz, for an on-camera interview, but I never received a response to my emails.